Well, this is definitely looking a lot more healthy, but I mean, they're still devastated that we haven't signed any German players, which is, first of all, nonsense, because we have signed a German player, and also just quite a weird thing to be that upset about. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grantu, here with Bayern Munich and of course England as well, but they're not the focus today. Bayern Munich are, and we have gone all the way to October, the 16th of October, quite a bit further into the season than I said we would, but well, it's going pretty well so far. Yes, indeed, as you can see, there are results since we won the Super Cup last time out, and it's just wins. We've won every single game apart from one, just that one blip. I should say, first of all, transfers. We did not make any other transfers in or out, really. A few sort of youngsters went out on loan. Obviously, we completed the deal to sell Tanon to Monchengladbach. No one else came in, which means we will make do with the rest of what we've got until January. But back to the actual results, and yeah, it's gone pretty well. We were through in the cup in the first round, 3-0 win against Freisdorf. Sanchez getting his first 2 goals for the club, which you love to see. We then beat Wolfsburg 3-0 our first Bundesliga game. Wreckers, Albel and Sutherland opening their accounts for the season. And a fantastic 6-1 win against Hanover. They actually scored, but I mean, if ever you score too early, then in the 7th minute away at Bayern Munich probably is that. Ricardo Wreckers got himself a hat-trick, 2 from Albel as well. We then beat Mönchengladbach 1-0. Patrick Albel, the only goal scorer in that one. He then got injured, which was unfortunate, but he is back today. We beat Köln 2-0, good result away from home. This was when we were going to come back, but I decided to go a little bit further on. We beat Sevilla 3-1, which was a good result. First goal for Jörg Hens, which is really nice, but he's injured for a while, as we'll see in a minute. 2 from Sanchez as well. We then beat Schalke 3-0. It was good. We have to watch the last goal from, it's listed as a Chris Kraus own goal, which, I mean, I'm not sure I agree. Okay, so we're 2-0 up by this point. The game's in its closing stage. Rafinha plays the ball in. Kraus makes a poor back pass. The goalkeeper and Sutherland then both crash into each other and both quite clearly touch the ball. Apparently, though, the final touch came off the defender. Not sure I agree. And then the only blip this season, a 1-1 away at Werder Bremen. Disappointing, to say the least. We took the lead. They equalised through a penalty which Moraldi gave away, and you can see the times on the goals there. Nothing else happened for the rest of the game. But we did beat Dynamo Kiev 2-1 in our second Champions League group stage match, so we are top of the group there with, as you can see, PSG. They will be playing them today. I think that's why we've gone on a little bit. And then a 4-1 win most recently in the league against Eintracht Frankfurt, making sure our season is back on Eintracht. Wreckers, Sutherland, Volper with his first league goal, and Hens getting the goals in that one too. But as we said, yeah, Hens is out for 5 to 6 weeks, the lower back stress fracture. Not good, so he'll miss everything today. Hopefully we'll be back for the game against Dortmund next time though. But well, as the results would indicate, we are top of the league, which is sort of the familiar position that we had for most of last season. We know how that ended. 19 points so far, 2 points clear of Hoffenheim. And, well, Dortmund quite some way back, down in 6th. They are 6 points behind us. They have already lost twice. They have lost to RB Leipzig and Fortuna Düsseldorf, and they've also drawn with Hoffenheim. So that's pleasing, although, yeah, Hoffenheim posing a pretty big challenge too. But first of all, before we play PSG, we are going to try and get some revenge against the team who ultimately cost us the title. And I think we all know the team that actually cost us the title was Bayern Munich. But Stuttgart were the team we faced on the final day. We drew with them and therefore did not win the league. Can we get some sort of revenge against them for this one? Now, we've just come off an international break, the second international break, so the team is looking pretty good. Apart from Albel, he's back from injury. He didn't start the last game for us, and he wasn't in the German squad for some reason. So his fitness is a little bit lacking in terms of match sharpness, but he should be all right. And then we'll take him off at some point around the 60-minute mark, as long as he lasts that long, hopefully. Anyway, so the team is looking pretty good overall. Everyone who would be in the first 11 is at least fit for this one, which will hopefully stay the same. We've just come off an international break. Albel did not play for Germany, which means his match sharpness is not quite as good as everybody else's, given the fact he just came back from injury as well. But the team will be Raul in goal, Rafinha, Lupi, Song and Moraldi at the back. Lupi and Song haven't got a partnership particularly yet, but they're both playing pretty well individually. Falkenberg, Jack and Bibi is the midfield. Bibi not quite living up to the heights of Marcus Antonio, but that is quite difficult. Albel, as we said, on the right. Sutherland on the left and Ricardo Reckers up front. You can see from the average ratings that it's the left-hand side doing all the work this season. Rafinha's been exceptional, so has Sutherland, and let's hope they can continue today. Now, we have dropped points once this season. That was away from home. Let's not make it twice today. Pedro Alfonso, of course, former player for us at Liverpool. They've got Jack Clark, who is now 31 on the right-hand side, which just seems weird, seeing as he was like the go-to wonder kid at the start of FM19 at the age of 16, and now he's 31. I mean, obviously that's how time works, but we can't say revenge because we didn't lose to them, but really it's revenge for what happened on the final day last season. Let's keep winning. Just keep winning. Don't give Dortmund a chance. Don't give Hoffenheim a chance, because it could well be them that challenge us this year. We've got a corner. It's swung in, and we're a little bit faster. We'll finish this highlight. Falkenberg is going to take a shot on. No, it's knocked down. Moraldi plays it back across. Rafinha, and he's been fouled. This is a good opportunity for me to just drop this back down to what it needs to be, and it's Jack Clark who has given away a penalty, which will be taken for us by Bibby, and Bibby converts down the middle, just as his predecessor in that position so often did. And I mean, yeah, he's not as good as Antonio, but he's still pretty good. Bibby finds the net. We've got a good early lead here. Let's go out and double it, and then just keep nice and secure. Another chance for us. Bibby on the left-hand side. Falkenberg in loads of room. He's not going to take a shot on. He's very, very considered and careful. Rarely ever goes for just a crazy long shot. Sutherland's found a bit of room, and well, the save came from Addison, but only as far as Patrick Albel on the rebound puts it in. His 5th of the season. He's been in good form, so it was a shame when he got injured, but it didn't seem to cost us all that much. And he's back and raring to go. Goes for the sort of the cricket stance there, he's trying to catch it. Didn't work, and unfortunately, just as in cricket, it's not a good idea if you do that. And at half-time, it's Stuttgart 0, Bayern Munich 2, and in terms of shots and shots on target, they have had none. We are doing that thing again that we did last season and that we did with England as well. And we did it a bit with Liverpool, but it seems to be a phenomenon of Bayern Munich of just total domination, stopping them from having any sort of attacks at all, or very, very few. I can't believe we didn't win the league last season. Anyway, here's a chance for them to score. Gomez with a free kick, and he scored. So that's their first shot of any kind, and obviously it's gone in. It's a free kick. Sergio Gomez. I'm not sure what Raul was doing. That was very telegraphed. He had loads of time. He ran up to it and just sort of fell over. We do still have the lead though. 20 minutes to go. I mean, that is just, yeah. We do still have the lead though. Time is ticking away, and I mean, if I don't mind if they've only had one shot, as long as we've had more goals, and we should probably make a change with PSG in mind. Bibby's a bit nervous. I said I was going to take off Albert. We haven't done that. We definitely need to. We cannot afford to risk him again. Jack's looking a little bit tired too, but I think probably just go with this. If this one goes in, then we can make a few more changes into the goal that we need to score in, not them. It's a weak effort, which luckily Raul can stop. And of course, there's another highlight. I feel like every game is just like, especially when we're 1-0 up, there's always a highlight at the end. Chiralabous is saved, and I think that's going to be that. Long goal kick from Anderson. Chiralabous cuts it out, and surely referee. There we go. Right, we only made one sub, but we have got the win. Some revenge against the team that put the final nail in our Bundesliga challenge. And there we go, we moved to 5 points clear of Hoffenheim, although obviously they've not played yet. Leipzig winning their game. Schalke have had a terrible start. They're just above the relegation zone, and another game without a win for them. As far as away wins go, that was pretty good really, against a team who have obviously caused us issues, and I'll take that all season long if that's what's going to keep on happening. Hoffenheim and Dortmund both playing on the Sunday. Let's just hope for some slip-ups from the pair of them. And, well, we do. Hoffenheim losing 2-1 to Fortuna Düsseldorf. We've already done Dortmund in. I mean, they were one of the teams who we drew with that kind of cost us the league, and we're just skip past it. But Wolfsburg drawing 0-0 there with Borussia Dortmund. You can see it again there. And they have slipped. Well, he dropped even more points. Another draw for them. They're on 14. We are now 5 points clear, for real, at the top. Of course, we need to make sure we maintain that gap come the end of the season and then actually win it, unlike last year. Right, we've got PSG coming up tomorrow, and that's going to be a good test for us. So we welcome PSG to the Stadium München, knowing that a win in this one will put us into a clear lead in the Champions League group, which would obviously be a good thing, although realistically I think we're probably both going to get through, and sometimes finishing second is actually probably the best thing. But no need to make any changes to this one unless anyone's really is anyone really looking like susceptible for an injury? I mean, Reckers does have a recurring tight Achilles, but a tight Achilles is like a really minor injury for the most part. Obviously, we don't want him to get too seriously injured, but I mean, I think he's last season he played pretty much every game and seemed more or less okay. So hopefully that will continue this year, which means no changes for this one. So it's actually been a bit of a while since we've played PSG, and well, they've got some familiar faces in their lineup, as you would probably expect. Ruben Dias to Debo still there. Rodrigo, of course, part of our Brazil squad. Kylian Mbappe, obviously still there. Obviously a star man for us with France, and they've got Arnabs, who previously played for Bayern Munich, and then obviously was part of was a forced transfer to Liverpool when we were there, when the board got taken over, and then I just sold him to PSG because I didn't want him, and he's probably going to score 15 today, knowing that one. Bacolo, a player I've nearly signed quite a few times with a variety of different clubs, and Wagner, of course, part of our Brazil squad at left back as well. So some familiar names. Who's the goalkeeper? Is this Van der Poot? He was at Newcastle, I think. Indeed he was. 65 million sale from Newcastle. So at home you'd back us to win. You would back us to win, but I mean, yeah, this is obviously going to be tough. So first highlight, 14 minutes in. Not the most action-packed so far, but Mbappe's running all the way through. We've managed to shuffle him out, and he's not scored. But he's still quick, is Kylian. And another 15 minutes has gone by, and we're seeing something. Albal has robbed the defence. Ruben Dias slipping up, but he can't score. Takes the resultant corner, and that's just cleared by Bacolo. And we are able to come forwards again, though. Moraldi inside to Jack, and it's a fair shot from Bibi, but it is wide. And that is half time. We have had the fair share of stats, but there's not really been much in terms of highlights. Nothing really particularly happening, and well, I don't mind drawing with PSG. I don't think it's the end of the world, especially here in the group stage, even even if it is at home. But a win would obviously put us in a better position to win the group. It's just going to be one of those games, isn't it, where just basically nothing happens. As I say that, we get a corner, and Ricardo Reckers does what he does best. He wrecks the defence of PSG, which is getting on a bit. Both in their mid-30s by this point, and we've got the lead. We're not done yet. Rafinha chucks it to Falkenberg and then gets it back, lays it off to Reckers, but then takes it on again himself, and the shot is a pretty weak one. Right, we'll take off Albal, who's not having a good game and also obviously still recovering, so we don't want him to get a reoccurrence of his injury. We'll bring on Gerald Boos, see if he can have any sort of impact. Rafinha, once again heavily involved, lays it off to Falkenberg, who goes all the way back, and we've decided to go all the way back to Raul, which is hopefully, well, it's forced to switch a play to the other side, which is what we needed, and Sutherland heads wide. I think that is going to be Tony's final contribution today. Obviously, we don't have Hens on the bench, which is annoying, but Xavier Sanchez, is he left-footed? He's not. He's literally only right-footed, but he can go out there for now. Well, they brought on Andreas Cabrera, the regen that we signed at Monchengladbach. He's now being sold to PSG like so many regens before him, but it makes no difference. No change to the result. Very, very, very boring game for the most part, but we've got the lead from the only interesting highlight, and there we go. We have beaten PSG. We are top of the group, 3 points clear of them, and looking good to qualify for the next round, which is the absolute minimum as far as the Champions League is concerned. So there we go. Pretty productive episode in terms of results, and it's been a pretty productive season so far. Now, as said, we will be back next time for what I thought would be a top 2 clash against Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, they've had a pretty poor start. Things can change, of course. Things can change, but that seems still like the most important thing to do. We've also got the final group stage match against Dynamo Kiev to come as well. hopefully we can win that and then top the group. But yeah, it's looking like it's going to be pretty good, but then it was looking like it was going to be pretty good this time last year. I mean, it was a very similar situation. You can see we won our first month of fixtures, 1 draw in September, a lot like this year. So I mean, October we got knocked out of the cup, and we drew a league match as well. So if we can survive October without drawing, without dropping more points, and going through in the cup, then well, that's better than last year already. But that will be for next time. Then you will see how things have gone throughout the rest of October and November when we come back at the start of Advent, the Christmas period nearly upon us. And well, as ever, what I'd like for Christmas is just to win the Bundesliga. Obviously, I didn't want that when we were in charge of Liverpool, because that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff, and I will see you next time.